What's in your box?
Parts and Doritos.
More scooter parts and Doritos.
Is that the bag you started? The cases are, I mean, everything's top shelf. I had some major issues with the actual owner of 8.1. Major issues. I'll never buy from him again.
Cut that part out.
Billet rear pulley. We're going to use a stage 6 clutch on this guy. It's a Piaggio motor with Minarelli mounts. So we're going to pull this motor out and put a new one in. There's some really cool parts on this bike, but there's some things that are kind of like cheesy. Like yeah, this is kind of crazy, this Aerox, man. Somebody
Check it. Found some extra junk.
wish I had a clutch to fit it. We don't
I have one.
A clutch?
Oh. Oh. No, we have other bells. I can get.
What do you have in your box there, Paul?
What?
What's in your box?
Parts and Doritos.
More scooter parts and Doritos.
Is that the bag you started yesterday? We're all eating out of.
No. This is another one I found in the office.
He just finds bags of chips.
I mean, if I find unsealed bag or a sealed bag of chips, I'm eating it.
Right?
Yeah.
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 It's fair.
Okay.
So an update on this.
Did that seal work?
It did, and actually, so let me.
Was able to find a seal. For
Yeah,
that
really. So yeah, we did. We went over this motor already, didn't we?
We did.
So this is a full 8.1 motor. The cases are, I mean, everything's top shelf. I had some major issues with the actual owner of 8.1. Major issues. I'll never buy from him again. That being said, so I'm not promoting their brand in any way, shape, or form. But the cases are a work of art. I mean, everything's.
Didn't see that. Cut that part out.
We actually assembled this whole motor with this tool here. No, but anyways, so we're gonna use the Too Fast billet rear pulley. We're gonna use a stage 6 clutch on this guy. But real quick, kind of a rough breakdown on how this motor works. It's pretty neat. Wow, one of those phones is blowing up. So if you'll notice, this is a top mount like Yamaha Zuma Malibu DF12 SR50, the first version. What's cool about it, if you look at it, is it uses all Piaggio internals. So like RC1 uses all Piaggio internals, so your clutch, your bell, your variator, your belt, everything's gonna be Piaggio. And then normally on the Piaggio Minarelli, you have a cover that comes off here. What's neat about this motor is everything's on the back side. So this whole cover pops off, so you could change your gears and do all this stuff without pulling your CVT out. It's pretty neat. Kind of like 4 pieces, essentially. So if you look here, you've got all these screws around here. That's basically from the swing arm out. So if you want to pull the swing arm off while you're working on the bike, or you want to take the swing arm off and redo your transmission, but you don't want to fiddle with your actual motor, it's pretty neat. And then these both come off as well. My guess is probably if you break one, which you never would, because these are made look like they could hold up a semi truck. So I don't think they're breaking anytime soon. But everything's modular, it all kind of bolts together. And then the center section is a split in here, just like in normal cases, and this is your outer section here. Basically what happened is this guy, we had some major defects in the plating, and just some really bad defects in the plating and the finish, so we had to take the cylinder, send it to Millennium, and then we had to send it to Joe repaired it, and then it went to Millennium, and then it came back here. That was about that was maybe a 3-month process or something like that, so the whole thing got held up. But Now it's all back together, waiting on the front pulley. We have a Melosi overrange front pulley coming. We've got the rear pulley and the belt and all that stuff. We have the carb upstairs. We're going to run a 35mm air striker.
And it's going into...
It's going into an Aerox. Yeah. We have, once the Melosi ignition comes, I'm going to put the ignition on. And then when the pulley comes, pulley's going to go on here. Pipe's going to go on, carb's going to go on, and then I'll bring the Aerox in and we'll bolt it all up. I think we're going to do, originally we're going to strip the bike down and powder coat it, do all that and paint, but I don't think we're going to go that route anymore. So we have, yeah, this one's been a long time coming, just waiting. The issues with this cylinder set us back. I think I received it in March of 2021. Long time. It should have already been in the bike. It should have been assembled in February.
You're the loudest person today.
But that's the real race bike there. That's it.
You notice, like, the whole time you're talking, he's like banging and like digging in his drawers really loud when he could have just been like... Okay.
I'm like that in the morning, though, when I get up and try to be quiet. I'm just like, whatever, like, yard things around. There's, like, things dropping off, and I'm, like, banging cabinets in the house and everything. Yeah, pretty excited. Just passed the pressure check. There was an issue with the seal that he provided on this side. Brand new seal, put it in. Wouldn't even hold a pound for a fraction of a second. So we had to source a new seal, pay for a new seal, and put it in. I popped it in, all is good.
And so the Aerox should be coming here after the last little piece shows up for this, and then goes together?
The ignition's probably going to be here in 2 weeks. It's going to be a full Melosi race ignition. The pulley should be here in a week. And then, yeah, that's everything to put this whole bike together.
Finally.
Yeah.
It'll be awesome.
Yes, we can turn this page.
Yeah.
It's a neat motor, but man, it's been... The Aerox has been here for what, a year? Probably.
At least.
I think it came in summer.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been here for a year.
Pretty nice little toolkit you got there.
Yeah, it's a Teschlong professional manufacturer of inspection camera. So, made in China. This is my pressure test motor building kit. Can't show you what's in here. It's top secret.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh. What's going on here?
Took it all apart.
Oh, poor bike.
I know. Well, looking at the gear ratio, it's way too tall. It's too short. It's like 10 to 1. So I'm gonna go like 8.2 to 1. Gears are coming. Once the gears go in, it'll go back together. And then use new tire too, because that tire's been not good.
Yeah.
Actually, may as well dyno it with that.
Yeah.
With that crummy tire on it. My machinist is making intakes for the other bike right now too, for the 140.
Nice.
Two bullet ones.
So we have a long-awaited bike on the lift.
Yeah. So while everybody was sleeping like babies this morning, boss man was loading this thing in the rain at like 7 o'clock. So yeah, this is Tim Nicolau's bike. We've kind of already gone over why the motor took so long, so I don't need to do that.
Yeah.
Should be pretty straightforward though. The nice thing about this bike is the brake caliper, the wheel, the rotor, all that stuff's going to bolt right on, which is really nice, so it should be pretty simple. The main difference is, since the other motor is a Piaggio motor, the Piaggio motor with Minarelli mounts. So it mounts like a Minarelli, the wheel mounts like a Minarelli, but this kicker cover will get changed out to like a Melosi style kicker cover, which we'll do too. But yeah, so we're going to pull this motor out and put a new one in. Need to get some of the wiring exposed because we're going from an MBT to a Melosi MHR digital ignition. So I need to wire in a relay, mount a relay, and do some wiring stuff. So he's going to lose his charging system, which means the headlights need to be converted to DC as well. So we'll need to gain access to the headlights because the sockets have to get wired to the ignition switch. So few changes, and then the rear taillight as well. So we have to convert some things from AC to DC. So, and Tim will probably take it and stuff in the corner and never write it.
Check out that fancy stage 6 mount that they put right at the stock level, just for the fanciness.
Yeah, you know, there's some really cool parts on this bike. I think somebody went out and was like, I'm gonna get kind of like what I did with the runner. It's just like I'm gonna get everything Malossi has to offer, everything Stage 6 has to offer.
Forks
Yeah,
you've probably never seen in your life.
these are crazy rare, old school. You can't get that stuff anymore, which is really neat. That's like the rotor I have on the wall, very similar. Mine's orange, but a lot of the stuff, the levers you can probably still get, the shock you can get.
It's the whole master for the brakes. It's the Stage 6 whole
Yeah.
thing. Like it's got the.
No, it's just a cap.
That's no cap.
Oh, okay.
But there's some things
No
that are
cap.
kind of like cheesy, like these chrome carbon fiber controls and stuff. But teach their own. The customer that we're doing the work for, he just bought it, and he didn't even tell us who sang it to us. He showed up one day.
Yeah.
We're like, I think it's Tim's, but yeah, I mean, we talked about doing paint and everything, but like if you come around here, there's some cheesy things. Like there's like a lawnmower style air filter on it, and it's got a mechanical water pump, which is going to go away. So he's going to get a Malossi electric one. So there's going to be a few things that are going to get changed. Oh, it's got a. Oh no, it has an alarm.
Oh, that's gonna be a nightmare.
Battery's dead too.
Okay, I didn't know it had an alarm on it.
I mean, you gotta protect the good stuff.
Oh, let's pick it up. Carry it
By the
off.
way, is this stock back here? I was looking at this. Is this how these normally are?
That's like
No.
an aftermarket undertail thing.
It's kind of broken, but I mean, it looks pretty sweet.
Yeah, so there's still, we can get fairings for these things. We can get quite a bit of parts for them. There's a lot of stuff we can get that we don't because there's
Well,
5 here in the United States, right? Or whatever.
initially, wasn't it supposed to be like full paint build and wheels and everything? So
Yeah, he was
that
gonna do-
eventually changed.
He was going to powder coat the frame and do fairings and wheels and everything, but he's just like, he doesn't know what to do with the stuff because I think it's been so long, he's lost motivation.
Yeah.
And I can definitely understand that. Just because the motor,
It's a nightmare.
you do the mechanical stuff first and do the aesthetics after, and since the motor ordeal is such a nightmare, he just definitely probably lost some motivation on it. So we're gonna get it up and going, get it running, get it riding, and then he can take it back. You know, he can take it happy the way it is, or he can say, hey, I want to do paint, do this and do that. And we can do that too. But first things first, we'll start by getting the motor and getting it wired up and getting it running. So.
Excellent.
Yep.
Oh man.
You already have it. You know.
It's too funny to see.
We're feeling it. Look at Paul. We're feeling all these SR50s. Check the forks on them. It's a big good exercise. Paul, just take a scooter at home. Get your triceps working. How many pumps do you think Paul could do before his arms would just give up?
Probably like 100.
But see, his pumps are going to be short, little weak pumps. You're really bouncing around, Paul. Let me see.
No. It's just fucking botched.
This is, yeah, this is kind of crazy. This Aerox, man. Somebody, like, look at this, man. It's like a AutoZone connector orgy over here.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this. How many can we fit in one panel? And it's got an alarm system here.
There's
The
more up here,
steel
too.
mate. We've got more of these guys here. We've got an alarm. This is pretty
Dude, steel meat.
steel mate. Especially like the, oh, you got rid of the like the plastic, that like super
Oh,
brittle fuel
it's
line. Where'd
still-
that
it's
stuff
on
go?
the motor still.
Is it?
With the carb.
It's just like ready to crunch.
I don't understand how it came off without like exploding.
eBay filter. Oh my gosh, that's not even a stage 6 carb. Stage 6 is bad enough. Oh, it is. So it's, yeah, they're pretty much just Chinese OKOs painted black. So it'd be funny to pressure check it. Not really any point, but I do like always seeing other people's work, or lack thereof.
Oh yeah. That boy's just 3M'd on there.
Get her? Quality coil wire here. Skylar's gonna take that alarm and put it on his Previa. What is? Lord have mercy. What's going on here? This extra.
Check it. Found some extra junk.
Keep that. You gonna do something with it?
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do with it.
Throw it away. Good shot, Skylar.
I made it in there at first.